Hello folks, welcome to the Uni-hosted YouTube channel. My name is Fernando and today's video is going to be about Wi-Fi channels. By default, almost every wireless vendor leaves the channel selection of the wireless network to automatic, but sometimes manually choosing the channels for your Wi-Fi network can improve your network connectivity. UniFi is not the exception on this, and again, by default sets everything to auto. So I'm going to explain you a little bit what Wi-Fi channels are and then show you what you can do in the UniFi controller if you want to do a scan of your environment and choose manually the Wi-Fi channels for your wireless network. Now, let's get to it. Okay, folks, first thing to understand why choosing our Wi-Fi channels manually is a good idea, let's understand what Wi-Fi channels are. If you are already familiar with this, you can just skip to the UniFi configuration part. We know that Wi-Fi operates in radio frequency ranges. This will be our bands, 2.4, 5, and 6 GHz bands. Now, we can think of the Wi-Fi channels as sub-ranges of the radio frequency spectrum within these Wi-Fi bands. So our Wi-Fi channels are basically smaller parts or divisions of the radio frequency spectrum available for each band. The width for each channel, and this will be the same for the three available Wi-Fi bands, is going to be 22 megahertz. Something that we can use to understand these concepts a little bit better is to compare the Wi-Fi bands to a highway. So, you know, the highways, they have lanes. So we can think of our Wi-Fi channels as lanes where our data or the cars are traveling. And when you want to get to destination, you want to use the lane or channel that is least crowded, so you can get to your home or your work faster. So with Wi-Fi channels, what you want to do is for your access point to use the Wi-Fi channel that is least utilized, so you don't have a lot of interference and your data can travel a little bit better. So proper channel selection is something key for your wireless networks, especially if you have a lot of access points and also there are a lot of access points nearby that don't belong to your network. The UniFi controller and also the access points, they scan the environment to see what's the less crowded channel, but sometimes they don't do it on a very good way, and that's when doing a manual RF or radio frequency scan to see the environment and see what do you have over there, and then manually selecting the channel is the best thing that you can do for your wireless networks. Another thing to mention about Wi-Fi bands and channels, there are a few differences that I want to point out here between the 2.4 GHz band and the other two bands, 5 and 6. Let me open up here. This is a graphic that I have of the 2.4 GHz band. Like I mentioned before, the width of each channel is around 22 megahertz. We have available in the 2.4 GHz band around 11 channels. 12, 13, and 14, most of the time they are not available. So the ones that we can use is from channel number 1 to channel number 11. The main problem of this band is that in total, it's only 80 megahertz in width in total. And the main issue is that a lot of the channels, you can see each half circle represents a channel. You have a lot of overlapping channels. So this is one of the main problems that we have with this band. And one of the key things that you need to take into account if you are ever setting up a Wi-Fi network with this is to use non-overlapping channels. This will be channel number 1, 6, and 11. Now for Wi-Fi bands 5 and 6, the things are a little bit different. So let me go back to the UniFi network application here, and the channel width, they are also 22 megahertz in width for each channels, but the available spectrum is much wider. We have more channels available in these two bands. The 6 gigahertz band is not showing up here, but we can also understand this by looking at the 5 gigahertz band. As you can see, there are more available channels over here. And there is something else really important that you can do with the 5 and 6 bands that if you do it on the 2.4 gigahertz band, is going to be a big issue. And that will be increasing the channel width of your wireless network. Increasing the channel width basically means binding 2 or more channels together so you can increase the speed or the throughput. Now, if you do it on the 2.4 gigahertz band, you are prone to a lot of interference. So that's why it's not used normally in any 2.4 gigahertz radio. You stick to only 20 megahertz of channel width. So just using one channel. But with 5 gigahertz and 6, you can really go high in terms of channel width. For 5 gigahertz, the best is to go as high as 80 megahertz. And like I mentioned before, that is basically binding a few channels together. In this case, binding 4 channels together. With Wi-Fi 6, you have more spectrum available, and then you can maybe use more channel width. But since there are not a lot of devices that can use this amount of channel width, you can stick up to 80 or maybe try going up to 160 and see how that works for you. Okay, with that being said, I think I covered why we want to sometimes use or to choose manually our channel. We have tools in UniFi to do two things. First off, for you to know, every time the access point reboots or restarts, it will pick a channel if the configuration of the access point is set to auto, it will automatically pick a channel depending on the environment. And by default, if you have your controller set up with these things, by default, the access point is set to auto in the 2 bands. Let me show you that. We go over UniFi devices and I click on my access point. Let me move this a little bit. There we go. Okay, at the settings, you can see that the channel on the 2.4 gigahertz band and the 5.1, they are both set to auto. So by default, they are set to auto. And every time that it reboots, it will choose a specific channel to work on. You can see that right now it's using channel number 4 and channel 44. It's using channel 4 right now and not 1, 6, or 11 because I don't have any other access points right now on my adapted to my controller. So it just used one that is least crowded. So that's why it's using that one and not any of the other ones. Okay, with that being said, if you want to keep using the auto settings, there are a few things that you can use in the UniFi system. Okay, let me move this around a little bit. Okay, and I will go to settings again. Now, this is not where you manage everything related to radios, but here's where you can touch a little bit the auto settings. Now, if you see over here, I have this option called channelization. Basically, this will run an analysis of the environment and automatically select the best channel to use. So if I click over here, optimize all, optimize now, you can see it's asking me, hey, do you want to do this for all the access points or only for the access point that you have with the auto selection of the channel? So I'll just click here. Now you can see that it's doing the analysis. Let me pause the video right now. This might take a little bit to run. One thing to note is that when you run this kind of things, probably the clients connected to the access point are going to be disconnected because the access point, when it's doing the RF or radio frequency scans, it will disconnect the clients that are connected to it. Okay, I'm going to pause the video right now and I'll get back when the scan is finished. Okay, folks, I'm back. And now we can see that the channel number 5 now is being used. So the access point switched from channel number 4 to number 5. So if you run the channelization option, basically it will detect and automatically change the settings. Now there's also another thing that you can do if you don't want to manually trigger this automatic channelization. And it's using this one over here, the channel optimization. So basically what you can do with this is it will be the same thing, but it will be at a specific time on a regular schedule. So for example, you can do this at daily, for example, 3 a.m. You can choose any time you want. Now, remember that when the access point performs this environment scan, it will drop the connection for the clients. So if you set this up like at 12 p.m., well, you will have issues with your clients. So that's why by default it's set to 3 a.m. Now, there are some things to note about if you do it at this time. Maybe there are some access points that are not going to be turned on because maybe some people turn off their routers or Wi-Fi's. So this is something to keep in mind. Okay, so those are the settings that we can play with if we want to keep the things with automatic. Now, if you want to do a scan and see what's the best channel for you, the best place to do it will be over here. So I'm going to get here on the Radio Manager. You can just go by clicking here on the sidebar, or you have the Radio Manager here as well. Now, things may be a little bit different for you. This is because basically I'm using the latest version of the UniFi controller. But if you're running on an older version, you know that UniFi, like every other vendor, they like to move things around a lot. So maybe it might look a little bit different. But basically what I'm going to do right now, it's an RF or radio frequency scan. Okay, so what I need to do is you have 3 tabs over here, and I'm going to go to environment. Now, the first thing that I'm going to see over here is the usage of, well, I have a list of all the access points that I have around in my building. And you can see that you have like also what are the channels that are the most used channels over here. You can see, for example, that number 1 is used a lot. But 6.2, we have a list over here with the signal, the channels, with the band, which basically is the band that I'm selecting over here at the top. Something for you to know, this is basically the power, which is measured in dBMs, and the closer to the 0 that the signal is the better the signal is, basically. So if you're saying that this access point that is really at the top at 40, it means that the signal of that SSID or access point is really, really strong. Okay. All right. Awesome. Now, if we want to do an RF scan, what I need to do is select the access point, the individual access point that I want to use to do the scan. You will need to do the scan with every access point that you have, because of course, since they will be on a different area, the spectrum or the interference or everything over there will be different. Okay. So I'm going to choose my U6 Pro, and now you can see that I have a new option over here that's called airtime scan. So basically, this is going to do something similar to what I did before with the channelization. Okay, so right now it's showing me the last scan that I did, and it's showing me all the info with every channel. Okay, so I'm going to perform a scan, and you can see that it's going to ask me the same thing that I mentioned before. When it's doing the scan, it will disconnect all the clients, and it takes around 5 minutes. So I'm going to click here over confirm, and I'm going to pause the video again, and I'm going to get back once the scan is done. Okay, so the RF scan just finished, and I'm looking at the results. If you hover your mouse over any of the channels, you can see that it will show you the utilization, the interference, and which one is the frequency of that channel. Now, you can see, for example, if we go to number 2, well, this is a channel that I'm not going to use at all. But if I go to number 10, you see there's not a lot of utilization over here or interference. So this is a good channel to use. Let's take a look at 5 gigahertz also. I have a lot of options over here. The good thing about this band is that it's wider than the 2.4 gigahertz, like I mentioned before, and the channels, they don't overlap. So there are a lot of free channels, including the ones in the middle. That the ones that we have here on the middle, I will explain you something later. They're called DFS channels, and sometimes you can't use them. I will explain why and the specifics of those DFS channels. But something that I want to note over here, you can see that the channel number 10 and the number 9 are good, or are the best to use in the 2.4 gigahertz. In the 5.1, well, there are a lot that I can use. And if we go over my access point, I can see that the channel that it's using is a number 5. You remember that a few seconds or just a few minutes ago, I did that option, or I used that option of channelization, that basically it was going to choose the best channel for me. But I think it didn't choose the best channel for me. We have other channels that we can use. So you can see here that sometimes it's not a good idea, or why it's not a good idea to use the automatic options of UniFi. Okay. All right. Okay, one more thing to cover is going to be the DFS channels. The DFS channels are channels that are, you can say, reserved for government usage. And I say reserved, and they are not like forbidden completely, because basically you can use them, but the device that where you choose or set up the specific DFS channel should be able to listen to that DFS channel, and if there is any kind of usage by government devices, it needs to switch right away from or get off that channel. If you live, for example, close to an airport, these channels are not available at all. And even if you allow the UniFi controller to use those channels, they are not going to use it, because the access point will detect when it's trying to choose the channel. I will look under those DFS channels, and you will see that there's a lot of communication over there. So that's why DFS, most of the time, you want to avoid it. But it really depends on where you live or where the business that you manage is. Again, if you're close to an airport, probably those channels are out of the question completely, so you don't have to use them. But if you want to know a little bit more about DFS channels, you can investigate that, but it really depends on your local environment and your government policies. A good rule of thumb is just disable them or not use them, but again, sometimes you can use them. They are not completely forbidden. Okay, last thing is how you can actually select the channels for your access point. Okay, let's go back to the Radio Manager and to the environment. So we saw again that maybe switching to the channel number 10 is a good idea, and for the channel number for the 5 gigahertz band, I can just use any of the ones that are available. It doesn't make any big difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click over here in radios, and I can see my access point over here. I can see all the data, and I can change this from here. So if I want to change, I can even change the channel width as well. The only thing that I need to do is to go over here and select the channel that I want. So I'll just pick the number 9. You can see that UniFi is saying, hey, just the best thing is to use 1, 6, and 11. But again, since I only have this access point, it doesn't matter. I'll just click here and proceed and apply the changes. Again, if you have multiple access points, stick with 1, 6, and 11. Okay. Okay, perfect. We have more settings over here, the transmit power and the minimum RSSI. This is something that I will keep or talk about in another video, because it deserves another video. So we are not going to go over that right now. And if I want to change the 5 gigahertz channel, I can just click over here and do the same. So I can choose any of the channels that I want. Same thing if you go over the UniFi devices and you see the access point over here, you can just manually go here, click settings, and you can see that the channel 9 is selected. And again, I can also click on the 5 gigahertz band and choose the channel that I want. You can see I have the numbers over there for the middle of the spectrum that are for the DFS channels. I can see that are noted over there. So also something to keep in mind if you want to stay out of the DFS channels, it will tell you right there which ones are there. Okay, so it might take a little bit to do the change. Let me just update the screen, but with any change in UniFi, the access point will do like a slightly drop in this connection, and that should be it. Now you can see that the channel number 9 is the one for the 2.4 gigahertz band. Let me go back actually to the radios and to the environment. Okay, and just wanted to check something over here. Okay, probably if I do another scan, it will show me that the channel number 9 has a little bit more of utilization, but that's because my access point now is using that channel. Okay, so that should be it for this part of the video. Now let's go to the final part of the video. All right, folks, that will be it for today. Before I close the video, I want to give or mention a few more things. If you're going to start with RF environment scans, be very careful that, and remember that if you're going to do it with UniFi access points, it's going to drop the connection to your clients. So do it on a time that the access point are not in use. You can also use your phone if you want to do RF scans. It's not going to be the same. The antennas are not the same. The UniFi, of course, is a better option. Depending on the access point that you have, the scan that you will perform might be better. I just have a U6 Plus. It's not the best access point in the world, but there are some access points that have really cool features, and it will show you more things from the things that we saw today. Another thing that I'm going to advise you is start small. Don't start right away to change all the channels or doing manual selection. Plan accordingly. Really start small, test, and see if you are really having improvements from your previous setup. Sometimes leaving things in automatic is not a bad idea. You saw with this video that, well, UniFi wasn't the good or the best option to choose the channel. But again, start small, don't make big changes. If you're going to do big changes, always remember to do a UniFi backup, okay? All right, now with that being said, that will be it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Fernando. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Gives us a thumbs up to the video. If you have any question, comments, or requests for future videos, you can drop them in the comment section below, okay? That will be it for today. Have a good one, and bye-bye.